Hi everybody, welcome back to Simi Étoile featuring Lola. It is pretty late at night, but we're going to do this video for you because this package here has been waiting around for a long enough time. So today we're going to do an unboxing and try on of 3 dresses from Réalisation Par or Realization Par, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content on fashion, beauty and style. I'd really appreciate your support. All right, let's go. So here we have the package, pretty standard. The dresses, I will say, arrived pretty quickly, within about a week from when I placed the order. Actually, I don't know if that's considered quickly nowadays anymore, but for me, that's perfectly fine. I was in no rush to receive them. Okay, here we have the receipt. And then here we have the 3 dresses. They're all individually wrapped in extra plastic. Now, I don't know how environmentally friendly that is, to be honest with you. At the same time, given that these are dresses made mostly out of a silk blend or 100% silk, I do understand that they want to protect them extra from any damage, especially if they're going to ship them in relatively flimsy shipping packages. So their shipping method could maybe be thought through one more time. So the dresses that I unpacked, that I ordered, that I'm gonna unpack, are the following. I don't actually remember the names of the dresses, but it doesn't really matter because we're gonna see them. So the first dress here, I normally order a small in this brand, but I ordered a medium for this one because it is a short dress. And I chatted with the person on the Réalisation Par website who said she is 6'2", which I think is about 187 centimeters, so 187, which is a good other 8 or so centimeters taller than me, a couple inches taller than me, which surprised me because there's not that many women taller than me. But I appreciated her being able to advise me as another tall woman because she was able to explain to me that I should size up for their short dresses, which is what she does. So I do remember, here, you have the name of the dress. It's called the Rainey in the print Landline. Ta-da! So here we have it. It looks really pretty. I wanted a short dress so that I could wear it with high boots because I really do like that style, well, all year round actually, but especially in the fall, winter, and spring when it's not super hot outside. I really do like to be able to combine shorter dresses with higher boots, and this is 100% silk. So it's quite light, super light to the feel actually, but it doesn't seem to be too sheer, especially also because of the dark and white print. It's a brown print, if you can see it here clearly. It's sort of a chocolatey brown and then a cream white print. I am really excited for this dress. I can already see the print and which dress it is through the sleeve that it comes in. This dress became a bit of a sensation, I believe, on social media because it was worn by some women who combined it with a hijab, so one of the varieties of the Muslim head cover, and it is so beautiful on them. And I think the reason that it was featured for bloggers who wear the hijab is because the dress is a bit more conservative in the sense that it covers more of the body. So it's a long sleeved and long length dress. So obviously you can wear this dress no matter how conservative you choose to dress yourself. I think it's super beautiful. I don't think you need to show a lot of skin to be stylish and sensual, obviously, but it's also a good choice for people who do choose to dress more conservatively. So, I love this dress already. I can already tell. I do hope the sleeves are long enough for my long arms, but this is the Gia in Zebra Aubergine. Okay, I don't think I caught that it was aubergine. To me, this looks brown, not really aubergine as in eggplant color, but who cares? I do think it's brown, to be honest with you guys. But here we have it. It's also 100% silk. It looks like it's really comfortable to wear. How rare is it to find a dress that covers you well but is still light? I will say if this dress tried on does the trick for me, then I will be sold. And then finally we have a dress that was a bit more of a last minute buy. I was slightly more impulsive when I put this in my cart, but you know, YOLO. Actually, no, YOLO's not so great if you're trying to be more minimalist, but hey, here we are. The dress still really fits the color scheme that I personally really like for my closet, and also the cut. So I'm really careful to only buy things that have a cut that I think is flattering on my personal body shape. If the dress is beautiful and the cut doesn't look so nice, then I don't go for it anymore. So this dress is the Monica, oh, like my aunt, the Monica, in Fantasy. Let's open it up. I've rarely ever seen this dress in any of their advertisements on social media or elsewhere, so I don't think it's one of their most popular styles, but I'll be the judge of why that is when I try it on in a bit. Alrighty, here we have it. Oh, I think it's really lovely. I think unlike the other two dresses, I think the base color is actually black. I do think online I thought it was brown, but it's black. And then the print on top is a sort of beige, orangey flower print. So the cut on this one is it's also long. I don't think it's completely as long as the Gia, but it's also a longer, maybe midi dress. And it has a V-neck plus short sleeves. And I also got this in my normal size small, but let's see how it fares. Okay, ready to try on the dresses. Okay, so here we have the Monica in Fantasy. First dress that I tried on, the one that was a bit more of an impulse buy. I have never really seen this on any of their ads. I have to say, I really like how it is on me, but it did take me about what felt like 5 minutes, but probably only was about a minute and a half, but still to get into this dress because of the way it is cut. It is nice and snug. I'm wearing a size small, so it's nice and snug for me around the bust. I feel like it has a really nice shapely cut here. It's really sewn tighter by the waist area and then lets out a bit at the bust and shoulders. But because of that, I had to open the buttons up to here to be able to even get into the dress. And then I had to button them all up. As you can see, they're all really small, tiny buttons. They're not hard to close, but it does take a little bit of time. So it's not a slip-on, slip-off dress. However, once the dress is closed, I feel it fits really nicely on the body. It gives you a really nice shape. You can see it hits me personally just under the knee. And I've combined them with a pair of Bottega Veneta mules in a chocolate brown, one of my favorite colors. So I do feel like it's a dress that actually is appropriate for many occasions, given that it covers you entirely in the back. So the back is entirely closed. However, it is still a very sensual dress in my opinion because it has a bit more of a cleavage showing. I'm wearing this right now without a bra. I don't have big breasts, so I don't necessarily need to wear a bra, but I also like the feel of the silk. It's 100% silk on my body. It's very light, especially in the summer. You don't sweat as much that way, but to each their own. Without a bra, I feel like it fits really nicely. It doesn't give me any super pushed cleavage, but at the same time, it's really nice and smooth and gives you a nice shape. So I really like this dress. I really like the print. The only con might be the tediousness of the buttons on and off, but other than that, I think it's really beautiful. For me personally though, the shoulders being a little bit more of a short sleeve puffy look, which I personally don't really go for as a silhouette, can give you a bit more of that present boxy shoulder feel, which I think is fine given that the rest of the dress is so feminine and soft and flowy, but just something to keep in mind if you don't like emphasizing your shoulders, maybe this is not the perfect dress for you. The Gia dress. Wow, this dress is honestly stunning. The way it is cut, the way it feels on my body, and I'm actually quite shocked that it's long enough for me given that I am tall. So I'm 1.79 m, 180, which is I think 5'10" and a half. So it's nevertheless nice and long on me. It's hitting me right by the ankles. If you pan down, you can see that it's just above my ankles here. I think on women of a more average, not so tall height, it'll actually hit you even lower, so it really will potentially even cover your feet. And even on the arms here, it reaches all the way to my wrists, slightly even over the wrists to the hands. So I think it's really absolutely beautiful if you're looking for something with a bit more coverage. Given that it's 100% silk, it still is incredibly light and breezy. I think the way it's cut, I honestly think Réalisation does this so well. They really have a knack for getting a beautiful hourglass shape out of you. Now, of course, not every woman has an hourglass shape, nor does every woman need one. But if it's something that you like to emphasize, whether it's just a part of it, you know, that you like your hips, you like your waist, or you like your boobs, whatever it is, I think that the Réalisation dresses, because of their silky bias cut, they call it a bias cut because it's meant to emphasize your shapeliness. So I do think that they do a really good job with these dresses. Now for me personally, given that I am, like I said, tall, and I also have a pretty big difference, not distance, but actually yes, it's also distance, difference between my shoulders, chest area, waist, and hips. So it's quite a significant difference. Because of that, it can be hard to find dresses that fit all those three parts well. In this dress, I feel like it's really perfect everywhere except once it hits the shoulders. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, but I do feel like it is slightly tighter here. If the shoulder seam were moved over just a centimeter or two, it would be absolutely perfect. At the same time, I think if I had sized up to a medium, I think that the bias cut would be lost along the rest of the silhouette here, as it would have been a bit wider and not emphasized my natural shapes as much. So I'm happy to go with my usual size small, even though here it's a little bit tighter around the shoulder armpit area. I can still lift my arms and it feels totally fine. It actually doesn't pull because the dress is so soft, so it just adjusts. But I do feel like the only part I feel a bit of tension is here. So I would say go for your regular size, especially if you don't have necessarily big boobs or a big chest. But if you want to be a little bit more comfortable and are a bit more top heavy, then maybe size up one. Other than that, I'm giving real zebra in brown vibes, and I have to say, I love it. Okay, next dress. And the final dress is the Rainey in Landline. Now, I bought this dress a size up in a size medium, and compared to the last two dresses that I just tried on in a size small, where with the Gia I had a little bit of the issue that I felt like the armpit was a bit tight, here I actually feel like it's a bit loose, and I feel like overall the dress is a little bit loose. The reason I sized up to a medium is because I was worried that the fact that it is short would leave me with my bum exposed, which I personally just don't feel like is a look for me. So here you can see the dress actually is the perfect length for a short dress. It hits me actually more than mid-thigh, I would say. It hits me more towards the knee, not quite 3/4 of the thigh, but it really, really comfortably covers my bum. So if you pan down, you can see that I have absolutely no issues with my bum showing, and I can also sit down comfortably, which I tried before. I can sit down and stand up without the dress hiking up too much that my bum is exposed on the chair or whatever I'm sitting on. So I do really agree with what the customer service agent said on the site, that sizing up will definitely, even if you're above average tall, cover your bum in the short styles of the Réalisation dresses. So that's great. At the same time, I do feel like the M is significantly wider. What I normally notice with browns is that the clothes don't necessarily get longer but wider as you size up. So for people who are maybe slim but tall, that can be a bit tricky because clothes don't increase in length, just in width. I do feel like here it's a good mix of both. I do feel like the length is significantly longer than the small would have been. I think the arms are great. They're not meant to hit as long as the Gia. The Gia really is full length. So overall, I'm really happy with my purchases. I think right now I would say that none of the dresses are completely perfect because they're obviously not tailored for me. I think the Monica has the puffy sleeves that I don't love. The Gia is absolutely beautiful. I think if you're a bit of a taller girl, it even works in your normal size, but it can be a bit tight on the shoulders then. And I think that the Rainey here is absolutely gorgeous, but you do have to size up if you're worried about length. So overall, I'm gonna keep all of the dresses. I love the prints. I love the 100% silk fabric, but I do think that in terms of fit, I might need to get a little bit of an alteration done. Leave me a comment, let me know which dress you like the most, or which dress of this brand is your favorite or on your wish list. Can't wait to hear from you. Ciao!